Well, TGIF, folks. On this Feel Good Friday, let's turn our dreams of getting away into a reality and talk about taking a cruise. Did you know the number of people who went on a cruise peaked at nearly 30 million in 2019? And then we all know the pandemic hit a year later, causing the industry to take a nosedive. Then in 2022, the cruise market bounced back in a big way, surpassing $9 billion, according to Statista Market Insights. This year, the U.S. cruise industry is expected to fully recover from the pandemic. So what are the ins and outs, tips and tricks for booking a cruise? Let's ask the expert. Joining me now is Susan Green of Susan's Travel Services. All right, I'll be honest with you. I've never cruised. I'd like to. But for newbies like me and for veteran cruisers, what do we need to know when booking?
Yeah, so a lot of things that people need to look at are when are you going to go?
Yes.
And a way to save some money sometimes is to cruise on a shoulder season. We talked about it last time.
What does that mean?
So a shoulder season is typically off by about a month of high season. So when you're looking at the summer right now, that would be like May or September.
Oh, okay.
So it saves you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Now, what you get with that is you might not get as good a weather. Might not get. You're gonna have, maybe it's gonna be cooler. So that means, hey, you're going to Greece. The weather's gonna be a little bit cooler, but you save a little bit of money, up to 20 to 30%.
Wow, that's a lot.
So that can be really nice.
Okay.
So another thing is about getting your flights to get there.
Okay.
So we get asked that a lot. A lot of times people get really questions about trying to get there. Is what day do we want to get to the hotel?
Right, because they usually leave first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah, and the thing is that you want to make sure that you are being careful. I would have said before COVID, we had almost 90% of our guests flew in the same day.
Wow.
And now we say, hey, with everything that's going on with flights,
the delays and everything, cancellations?
the ship leaves without you.
Okay.
So I would fly in the day before, stay at a hotel, get at the airport, especially if you're going overseas, even if because you're already flying overnight.
Right.
Go in the day before, enjoy yourself, have something that's going on that's nice there.
Okay, real quick, because you said the ship's leaving without you. If that happens, I mean, is there any kind of recourse? Is there credit? Like, what happens if the ship leaves without you?
Well, it depends, right? So I would say is that when the ship leaves without you, it depends on your fault. There was just something that happened this week, and it was in the news, is that this family was at a port down in South America.
Yes, I heard
and
about that.
they booked their excursions outside the cruise line. That means you're on your own.
Got
And if
it.
you don't get there in time, they will leave without you. It is your expense to get to the next port. You got to realize most of us get off the ship. We don't have our passports. We don't have our clothes. I don't
Yes.
have my medication, and
It's
I
all back
don't
on
have
the
my clothes. I don't have anything with me.
Right.
So now you're staying. And what if you go to that next port and it's not for 2 more days? You have a day at sea.
Okay. Hey, speaking of the excursions, I'm glad you hit
Yeah.
on that. So are you saying that it is better to book excursions with the cruise line? Don't go outside of it? I mean, what is your recommendation?
Well, we would say is that it's always good to go with a cruise line. We have preferred companies that guarantee they will get you back to the ship.
Okay.
So it's really important that you work only with those. Everyone finds, hey, I Google and I find an Joe Schmo and whatever, or you get off the ship and you're going to be approached by people. Again, you have to remember at what cost. And cost sometimes is not $1. It is what happens if they don't get you back.
Right.
What if you don't feel safe? What if it's an old car that's taking you to where you're going? So you got to make sure that you're going with the right company. The cruise line is always your best bet to start with, but they don't have everything that you want. We have preferred companies we work with that guarantee it.
Okay, what about hotels? Do we need to know anything about
Yeah,
booking
so there's
hotels as well?
a lot of the cruise lines offer pre and post hotels.
Oh,
If
okay.
not, yeah, so that means you're going on a cruise and you're going around Rome, and you want to get into Rome a couple days before. We can
Yes.
do that for you.
Okay.
You want to make sure that you're staying at a hotel in an area, or you can use your points and stuff like that. But the cruises do offer that, which is nice. It's kind of combined in while you're going.
Okay.
One thing that I know that we skipped, I just wanted to go back
Yes,
on,
please.
was a couple things you want to look at on cruises is there are differences in the cruise ship size.
Yes.
There's differences in how old family versus adults, okay? So when you look at a family cruise versus adults, that's why you want to talk to an expert because there are some ships that really cater to families. I'm telling you right now, I love my kids. I don't want to be on a cruise that has a bunch of 2-year-olds anymore.
Got it.
I just don't. A lot of people do
Sure.
because when I had 2-year-olds, that was great.
Yeah.
And then how old is that ship? So has it been refurbished? Has it not? Well, that means do they have the newest technology? Are the rooms clean? Are they been redone? Those are really, really important things. And it's really overwhelming because there's probably 400 to 500 ships that are out there. And all the cruise lines are coming out with new ships all the time.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to keep up with it. And guess what? Number one thing out there, they are selling you on how amazing things are. So everything's going to look amazing.
Yes, exactly.
So it's hard
So
to
you get on
hard to
board.
differentiate sometimes.
Right,
Yeah.
right. All right, Susan, great stuff.